last night I was reflecting on my life, and I want to open up to you about this in this video. So I was going for a long prayer walk under the dark sky with the stars out, praying to God, talking to God, just reflecting on life. Now, today is my birthday, and there are certain occasions in life that make us reflect on the past, on things that have happened, on things that could have happened, on the future, things that might happen, things that we want to happen. And I was really just reflecting on all of this. And one thing that really came to mind was what I would call the trail of destruction that has followed my life up until this point in the past decade or so, having gone through chronic illness, Lyme disease, which has caused me so much loss, heartbreak, suffering, moments that I didn't even think I could go on, moments that I didn't even want to go on. And just thinking about all of these things, really reflecting deeply on this. And you can have a lot of questions when you're going through all of these things. This isn't what I planned. This isn't the way that I wanted things to be. But I stopped and I thought to myself, what can I really reflect on right now? And the thing that came to mind was just a sense of gratitude for the blessings that I do have. The first thing that came to mind was my parents, who have supported me greatly during my chronic illness. I was walking past the school that I went to, the high school, a very good school that they sent me to, and I was just tearing up and just filled with the gratitude for the sacrifices that they've made for me. I was thinking about people that have come and gone over the years, many because of the illness and the circumstances I've gone through. But then thinking about those people who have come along on the journey and stayed, those people who have been a blessing to me, those people who are sending me birthday messages right now. And I was just so grateful for that, so incredibly grateful. I was grateful for being able to actually go for a walk, which I wouldn't have been able to do before. So grateful that I'm in the place I am in now and not where I was before. Thankful for the challenges I've overcome. Thankful for the strength that I have in God and His presence to overcome the challenges that I'm currently experiencing. And I was thinking about all of these things, and I was thinking that God doesn't owe me anything. I'm not owed anything in this life. And it's such a healthy perspective to have. We can have desires and we can bring those to God, and we can believe for His blessings in a number of areas, but what if things don't turn out that way? Well, then what happens? Am I going to be defined by that? Am I going to allow that to determine how I live my life and how I perceive life and how I perceive God? No, I don't want to be that person. I was thinking to myself that every blessing that I have is a gift from God, and I can acknowledge that. The Bible tells us that to give thanks in all things, for this is the will of God for us in Christ Jesus. People ask, well, what is the will of God for us? Well, one of the wills of God is to give thanks. And I'm so grateful for His blessings. It doesn't take away these other things. It doesn't mean I'm jumping up and down when things are bad, or when I've gone through things, saying I'm being in denial about all the things that are the realities of life. You can still experience disappointments and all of that, but it's what you do with it, and you can reflect on the blessings that you have in the midst of it. So many people, when the slightest inconvenience happens, they're cursing life and maybe even cursing God. Other people, they go through tremendous difficulties, but they're praising God, and they have a peace and joy in the midst of them. And when you realize that your life isn't your own, you're not here for yourself, when you realize that this world isn't forever, your life here on the earth, we are passing through, there's something far greater than that, it can completely change our perspective. Like I say, it doesn't take away from these realities, and God is with us. He acknowledges them, He knows them, He cares. He's experienced sufferings here on the earth, loneliness, isolation. But what this does is it gives us a perspective, which is one that is honouring to God. It's a perspective of great faith, that when you're going through these things, you're acknowledging the good and you're also pressing on in the midst of it. So those are some of the things that I was reflecting on. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know if you're going through some hardships. If you are, I just want to say that I do understand the depths of some of the suffering that people can experience. Maybe not exactly what you've gone through. Maybe there are similarities there as well. But I just want to say I care, and I love you in Christ. And I pray that this video can be a blessing to you. I do want to open up more. I do want to talk about more things, and I would love to get your thoughts on some of the things that you want me to talk about. But just remember, whatever we're going through, be grateful for the blessings that you do have. Bring the things, the difficulties, the struggles that you have to God, and look to Him, and make your focus knowing God, becoming more like Jesus, and living out the purpose that He's called you to live. And whatever you're going through, you can do that purpose right now, and that's what will bring you the greatest fulfillment, and ultimately will lead to the greatest eternal impact. And you look back when you're standing before God one day and say, wow, everything was worth it. How great you are, God. Leave your comments below. I'll talk to you soon. God bless you, friends.